Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and today I am continuing my series of short discussion videos on the Paper Mario series. Today, of course, we are going to be moving on to the original Paper Mario sequel, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, which is regarded by many as the best Paper Mario game, and for very good reason. Pretty much everything in this game, from the battle system to the way you level up, collecting items and extra game content has been improved upon from the original Paper Mario. The music is really nice, the graphics have a nice new smooth look to them and really smooth animation. And story-wise, this game actually gets a little darker and a little more serious than the first Paper Mario game. I mean, you really wouldn't think that a game called Paper Mario would take its subject matter too seriously, but this game dips into kind of apocalyptic end-of-the-world type things. Not to mention the setting of this game is a little darker and a little more unlike the normal Mario fare. I don't think you'll find much argument from Paper Mario fans that this game is a serious 100% improvement on this game. So, is it weird to say that I don't like this game as much? I mean, don't get me wrong, this game is really good. I like it a lot. But there's just something about this game that I like a lot better. Of course, Paper Mario: Thousand-Year Door came out in 2004, so I've had a lot of time to think about why I like the original more than the sequel. And it really comes down to two major things: the graphics and the overall tone of the game. Because in some ways, I actually feel like this game's greatest strengths are also some of its greatest weaknesses. First off, let's talk about the graphics a little. Like I said, this game has a much smoother look and smoother animation style to the original Paper Mario, but I almost feel like that works against it in a way. In the original Paper Mario, the game the way it looks and animates is a little choppier, a little less refined. And I know that's really probably because of the hardware limitations of the Nintendo 64, but I almost feel like it works in the game's advantage. Everything in this game has a very hand-drawn and hand-animated look to it. Like it's something you would see out of a flipbook animation. It builds upon the idea of the characters in this game being paper cutouts that someone drew and is animating themselves. And if you were to do something like that in real life without putting like a ton of effort into it, it would have a very non-smooth, choppy look. And because of that, it works really well with the title of the game, Paper Mario. With Thousand-Year Door, I really don't think that the smoother animation style works in its favor because of that. And this is also just like a nitpicky detail of mine, but the way the characters are put together in this game, they're kind of in parts. Like, you have a part for Mario's body, 2 parts for his feet, 2 parts for his arms, a part for his head. So when they want the characters to animate and emote, those parts all just kind of move around. Where in this game, all of the characters are just solid sprites that swap between frames. And because of the way the characters are made of parts in this game, sometimes when they turn to the side, you can tell that they're made of different parts. They don't lie flat, they don't look paper thin. So between these two games, because of this game's graphical and animation style, it fits better with the idea of it being Paper Mario. The characters are actually paper thin. I mean, I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way, but honestly, that's kind of something that's always bugged me about this game. And the second thing that bugs me is this game's darker overall tone. When I play a Mario game, I am typically looking for something that is a bit lighthearted, very colorful and friendly. I'm looking for a really good feeling experience. This game, of course, does have its share of darker areas and darker imagery, but it always does feel like a Mario game, for lack of a better term. You get what I mean, right? Mario games always have a certain feeling to them, just a very light-hearted, friendly experience. Even when you're delving into underground areas and seas of lava, everything has a consistent, good tone to it. Thousand Year Door, at least to me, does not quite have that tone I like. That's not to say this game doesn't have a good tone. Mario is thrust into a world quite unlike his own in this game, full of thieves and mobsters and fighting arenas and things like that. It's quite clear that everything that's in this game was intentionally done that way. And there's nothing really wrong with the way this game presents itself. People obviously really like the darker tone and themes that this game conveys. But to me, because it does have those more unfriendly themes and sometimes a much more unfriendly look that I don't think it always feels like a Mario game to me. It's not what I'm looking for when I play a Mario game. Admittedly, it's honestly a little difficult to explain, but that's the best way I can put it. This Mario game doesn't always feel like a Mario game. And again, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's important for games to have more challenging themes and sometimes darker or even scary imagery. You don't want any game to be too one note, because after a while that one note gets boring. It's the reason that some people started to get sick of the new Super Mario Bros. Series, because for 4 games in a row, they were all kind of exactly the same thing. The exact same tone, the exact same gameplay, everything all the way through. It's good to have variety with this sort of thing. And it's also not saying that this game doesn't have its share of lighthearted areas and lighthearted moments, and those moments are great. And I mean, on one hand, yeah, the darker tone is great in this. It gives you things that are unexpected, situations that you normally wouldn't find Mario in. Like, oh my god, Mario is in a gladiatory arena-style situation where he has to fight to the top and uncover a mystery about the arena. It's crazy. But at the same time, you look at it and it's like, Mario is in that situation? You know, the guy that's usually just hopping around and hitting blocks and going woohoo and yahoo! I don't know, maybe it's just me, but sometimes the tone of this game, it just doesn't feel right. It's just, in some ways, this game is not what I'm looking for in a Mario game. But in other ways, this is exactly the kind of game I like to play. I really don't mind the darker tone and the more challenging themes, it's just that it feels a little misplaced sometimes. But overall, this game is still fantastic. I love playing it, and of course, tons of other people do. This is kind of the benchmark that Paper Mario games set that people expected the series to be like. Which is why, as the games went on, they got a little more disappointing. But that's a discussion for another day. What do you think about this game? Let me know your thoughts on Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door in the comments below. And remember, keep your comments clean, and please keep them respectful. And that just about wraps things up. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Sparky, signing off for now. I'll catch you later.